Prevention Resource Center here at HSA with Kelly, but we're just more regional, whereas Kelly's more local. So we work with communities in the 21 Northeast corner and help them with substance use and then mental health prevention. So one thing that I majored in political science, so I like to nerd out about these things. But one of the things that's going to be on the ballot this fall here in South Dakota is medicinal marijuana and then also recreational marijuana. So they're both on it, which is one of the only states that we could potentially be passing recreational before medical. But with the recreational one, so what's on the screen right now is the Attorney General statement on the recreational, which would also include medicinal. So it would kind of package both of them together, whereas the medical one is just strictly medical. So it's for anyone over the age of 21 may possess 1 ounce or less of marijuana. And then it talks about how the Department of Revenue will be able to create taxes on it. They're looking at a 15% tax with money going to public schools and then the general fund, in addition to paying for the marijuana, adding it to our ability to tax on it and those kind of things. So that is what's going to be happening. So we've been kind of collecting a lot of things, working with Department of Social Services to try and inform on this. So one thing that we did create was a fact sheet about marijuana. Oh, you guys all, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You're all like twitching on my, all of you are going crazy on my computer. So do you see my fact sheet?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So just kind of shares a little bit about marijuana, that it is addictive. It talks about what addiction to marijuana looks like here in South Dakota, which is that graph, the use of medical marijuana, and then that cost of legalization, and then the effects that it has on us, on people that are using it. A lot of this information is from a website called Smart Approaches to Marijuana, where they shared a bunch of different fact sheets about what legalization does look like, as opposed to what they're told that it looks like. One of the big things is that cost, the taxation, that it's going to solve budget crises, it's going to give teachers pay raises and those kind of things. So what is that actually looking like? And a lot of times they are saying that it costs society $10 in lost social costs for every dollar they receive in tax revenue. So for every dollar they're promised, they're actually losing $10. They're seeing an increase in death rates on the highways because of people driving high, increased use in younger adults and youth in those legal states. So they do see some of those lost costs as well. In addition to an increase in insurance costs, workers' compensation, liability insurance, health insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, life insurance in those states that there is legalization. So we would, you do see that increase in insurance costs as well. Let me see if I can find my website I wanted to show you guys. So this is the Smart Approaches to Marijuana. If you go over to their facts and resources, they have a lot of one-pagers that kind of give you talking points, which I really like. How it's affecting youth, how it affected Colorado. Here's the information on insurance, social justice. That was one of the big things, is that they thought that with legalizing marijuana that they would see a lot more social justice for those minority populations. Youth use, the revenues. So this is just a great resource if you are interested in learning more about what legalization would look like in what legalization looks like in other states. These are great resources to go to because they do have a wide variety of information, and then they give you the resources of where they got it so you can investigate more. That's one of the things that I really liked about it. Another video that we've come across is this Chronic State is actually created by Drug Free Idaho. when they were looking at legalization. So it's really interesting because it does share some of the information about what they're seeing in Colorado in regards to how it's impacting their environment, because they do have that rule that they can grow their own and sell it, or not sell it, but use it. They can grow their own and use it. So what that looks like on their environment and stuff like that. So it's really an interesting, it's about an hour long. Otherwise I'd show it to you for you guys today because that's how great I think it is. Just information wise, things I never really thought about. So I definitely I'll have Kelly send out the link to it in her email, but it's a really great documentary on what legalization looks like in Colorado and the impact that they're seeing. Otherwise, here in our library, we do have a wide variety of resources as well. A lot of things that I've recently gotten. And I think this marijuana and CBD one is really interesting, just because here in South Dakota, CBD is just becoming legal. And then we are looking at that marijuana legalization as well. So if we do have time, Kelly, do you want me to show this one? It's only about 15 minutes long, which I think is great for some of these videos.